Hello everybody, I am Shekels, and welcome back to Let's Play Zombie Shooter 2. Now, as I said at the end of the last part, I was going to do gun mode. Gun stand. So, this works differently towards what it was in Zombie Shooter 1. It instead goes down the route of Alien Shooter 2. And what you gotta do is you have to basically, like in Zombie Shooter 1, you have to basically keep the enemies away and from destroying the actual gun turret. But every time you level up, you get to have an additional upgrade to your turret, whether that's an extra gun on it, or whether it's one of the armed soldiers, or adding rockets to it. You can do all sorts of different things. Now this is gonna blow now in a second, like so. Boom, and that's the end of that wave, and I level up. So what we're going to upgrade is, see, I don't want to bring the men in too early because they'll start to get hurt because they only have a certain amount of health. So we're gonna upgrade the gun on it this time. And every time you upgrade the walls, it also repairs the walls and it adds an extra turret to the walls. But the problem with that is if you use all them at the start and your wall gets damaged, you can't repair your wall. So really, upgrading your wall is one of the last things that you want to be doing in order to survive as long as you can. Now, I've had a bit more practice at this than I have at Stand Firm, I'll be honest, because, like I said, I found the original Alien Shooter Stand Firm to be a lot, I don't know, I just found it more fun than it is in the later Shooter series. Like I know that Zombie Shooter 1 kind of went down the same route as Alien Shooter 1, but I still didn't find it as much fun. I don't know what it was, I can't quite put my finger on it, I'll be honest. Now, do I want to be going on... what way do I want to do this? Right, we'll upgrade my turret again, and then we're going to start bringing in the soldiers. I might be doing this wrong now because it's been so long since I have done this. I had a particular way of doing this and I can't quite remember what it is, so no, I think I'm doing this wrong actually. I think I should have brought in a soldier. I'm starting to really think I should have brought in a soldier. But still, this will do for now. I think each upgrade has 3 levels or something to that degree. The problem with this now is I have to be very select with where I shoot. That's the only problem. It does a complete area of damage. I'm starting to get the minigunners in as well, which doesn't help. I'm going to start really damaging my walls now. The thing that I think this is better than what it was in Zombie Shooter, because oh, do I really want to do this? Alright, we'll go this way. If this doesn't work, if it doesn't work this way, I'll do it differently next time. I'll bring in soldiers earlier or something like that. But really, I want to try and get my turret up as soon as possible, because it is my main firepower. The soldiers are literally just sort of a backup there to dish out more damage in where, you know, when I'm not facing a certain direction or whatever. They're not really there as a main source of firepower. Yeah, this is where it starts getting tough now. And this is where the problems start. This is where it gets to the point now where things get a little bit crazy. As you can see, my walls are starting to get damaged now. That's the problem. Well, at least I got a big ass gun on my turret. That's the main thing, because it'll keep me going for a while. I'm not going to upgrade my walls yet because it will heal them. I know that, but I don't quite want to do that yet, because if I do, I mean one less heal when I really need it. It's alright, just gotta hold out. Okay, let's get the men in, shall we? Now he's gonna keep that side of the wall pretty defended, but I also need to help him out. He's gonna, like I said, he holds out as long as he can, but they do take damage, the soldiers do take damage, so I've gotta be aware of that. And also my wall is broken down this end too, so I have to be very, very careful as to how I deal with the enemies coming towards me. You gotta love how I'm repainting the entire street. Hopefully he won't receive too much damage, because I don't want him dying too early, because I do want to upgrade him to the power suit. Once you max out the soldiers' level, they actually get equipped into battle suits, and it makes them a hell of a lot tougher. But the problem is surviving to that stage and also upgrading everything else. It does make things a little bit difficult. But they are pretty tough. Just gotta last another couple of seconds now, and we'll definitely have to upgrade the walls. Okay, so we're gonna upgrade the walls. It'll add an extra turret inside the walls as well for a bit of extra damage. And as long as the walls don't get too damaged this time round, we'll add in another soldier. So we'll do it that way. Like I said, as long as the walls don't get too damaged. You kind of need to be very careful, because this is where stuff starts to get a little bit crazy. But I've done this a few times. I don't know whether I've done it on this particular game a few times, or whether it was more on Alien Shooter I played this, but I'll know by my score anyway as to how I have done. Your score kind of gives you a sort of a look into, I need to start killing those big guys a lot quicker than I am, because they're doing savage damage to my wall. Brutes, as I'm going to hereby call them. My walls are getting annihilated here, especially on this side, because I've got nobody guarding me. Okay, I'm gonna have to get my walls to survive another one. Right, okay, now we're talking. We've got a lot more guards now. I just hope none of them die off before I can upgrade further. The problem is, with the walls being extra weak on this side and the fact that they're gone on this side, the two guys are going to take more damage than normal. Right, so we're on wave 7. We're doing alright actually. Not doing too bad considering. The main problem is now the rocket guys are going to start coming in, and it's going to make life a bit difficult. You hear that? Yo, 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 yo! That's my soldiers being hit. I may not be good at RTS games, but I'm not too bad at this. The only problem now is my walls. Jesus Christ, this is getting chaotic, isn't it? Holy shit, this side's completely being bombarded. Man, gotta just survive a little bit longer. We'll get these walls fixed. What do you say, boys? This really isn't a This Is Sparta moment, is it? There we go. Alright, upgrade the walls. Right boys, we got walls again. Woo! Alright. Let's use them to our advantage, shall we? Mind you, the walls aren't gonna last that long. Not against onslaughts like this. They should hold out. Get the boys into the battle suits. Holy shit. It's kind of just about timing it correctly and taking out the right guys at the right time to kind of maximize your defenses. Because it's those big ass brutes now, they're the guys that do some serious damage if they get in and actually start hitting your wall head on. And start doing their ground smack. Because it does huge amounts of damage. Like, you know how much damage they did to me, like when I was fighting them at certain stages of the game, and if they got in on top of me, like, they did massive amounts of damage. Now the fucking frame rate is just going absolutely nuts here now. It's gone down to 9, which is not great, but it'll do. I can still manage. I have. Oh, one of my men are down. Balls. 2 down. Balls. Not good. That's not good. I don't know if it's even worth upgrading my soldiers. We'll try it anyway. It's if we survive. Oh, of course, the big guys with the rocket launchers on their shoulders are coming now. Okay, all my soldiers are just dead now. I don't know if I use the upgrade, whether it'll bring them back or not, though. That's a good question. Something I never really thought about. Do I even have a chance to think about it, though? Because we are starting to get hit now, and they can destroy the turrets. Oh my god. I don't think this will bring my soldiers back though. No. That's what I thought. Once they're dead, they're dead. It was a waste of an upgrade, but sure, I wasn't going to last much longer anyway. Sure, I'll know that for the next time. As I said, it's been a long time since I've played this, but we're going to do one more round anyway. And we'll last as long as we can, but it's not going to be long. It's not going to be long at all. One of my turrets are gone now already, and we're just getting smashed. My health is just going down and down and down and down and down. Oh well, it was fun. I didn't do too badly. It's not my best run, but still. Alright. One more go and then we're going to leave it at that. So I'm going to do probably 2 upgrades on my turret. Or will I do 1? I don't know, I'll think about that as I go along. I might just do the 1 for now and just get the men in as quick as possible. Because the sooner I get them guys in, the less damage is probably going to be done to the wall. Because I'll have someone covering each side of the wall. So maybe that might be the better option. I do love my zombie games though. There's one actually particular Flash game that I really enjoyed. And the only problem was when you get so far in it, you get so many enemies on the screen at once that my laptop wasn't able to handle it. I don't have a good enough internet connection on my computer for it yet. and I'm sure you've probably heard of it. Anyone that plays Flash games have heard of the series. It's The Last Stand, and they made an online version of The Last Stand, and basically it starts off with I think it's just you and one other person. It like, you know, you're not playing with someone else online or anything like that. But you have your leader of the group, which is your main character, and then you have one other, and you get to choose what class he is. And there's several different classes you can choose from, like scavenger. They have a better chance of finding better loot in each map that you go to, and things like that. And basically you have to build up your compound, and as you go along, you get more people that join you, and, like, you know, more team members, I suppose you could say. Again, they're still all offline, and you have to go around and build up your compound and upgrade the stuff, kind of in an almost sort of, how should I put it, in an almost Farmville kind of way, I suppose you could say. You know, where it takes real time to upgrade and build stuff. But you know, so they've done it in a way that I don't mind it, because, you know, like, during this time you can still go back and you can still continue, you know, looting and things like that, and leveling up. It's not where the problem starts with it is that the higher level of the area you go, the tougher it is, but also the longer it takes you to come back. And you know, so like, say a level 4 area would take about 20 minutes to return real time, and that can be a little bit annoying. And then like level 5 is 25 minutes. It's 5 minutes per level of the area you're in, and this gets very annoying, as I'm sure you can understand. But what I did was, they have this payment option of $20, and basically you can upgrade your car, which is basically how the characters get to each location. And I found that, you know, I said to myself, well, if I could do that, and it basically brings, like, you know, you get back to your compound after each mission practically instantly, so you don't have to wait 5 minutes or 20 minutes or half an hour to get back. You can just literally continue on playing. And I said, right, well, if I pay the 20 bucks, you know, I'll continue playing, and if I continue playing, I'll be getting my $20, my $20 worth, which is true. And I actually went and I bought the upgrade anyway, and sure enough, I kept playing, and I would have stayed playing, but unfortunately the amount of enemies on the screen was just way too much for my laptop to handle, and it got a little bit nuts, to be honest. And yeah, like, you know, I'm not one for those kind of games where, you know, it's online and that, you know. But I found that it felt very survivally. I know, like, that there was never such a thing as ammo shortage or anything like that, but, you know, there was a certain typical survivalist about it, in the sense that you had to find, like, wood and cloth and timber and things like that to upgrade your stuff. You had to go out into the field and find it, like, and I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it greatly now. And you know, like, I don't mind playing a game like that and putting money into it when I feel that they deserve it. You know what I mean? Like they do have a an item shop, you know, but you don't have to use it if you don't want to. And they have a special currency, which is fuel and things like that. But You can find the fuel and everything else without paying money, so it's not a complete necessity. Just, you know, some of those are impatient and go buying all the fuel and that, you know. But there we go. Now we've got some big ass motherfuckers. But I think it worked really, really well. I just thoroughly enjoyed it, and I thought that it was. I thought it was really worth the $20 that they were asking for it. And like up until then, your man had made had made 3 games prior to that, and the only money he was making off it was through advertisements off Farmer Games or Newgrounds or whatever other website he might have had his game on. So for him to be able to make a little bit of extra money out of it, like, I don't mind that. I don't mind paying $20 for a game that I'm going to be playing for several weeks or longer, you know. Like, I played that game for about, I don't know, about 4 weeks straight anyway. I didn't play anything else but it. And like, you know, when you pay $20 and you get that kind of play out of it, it's worth it. You know, I really enjoyed it. But like I said, you can try it out for yourself on Newgrounds. It's on Newgrounds anyway. Sorry, not Newgrounds, Armour Games. And it's probably on Newgrounds as well, along with a couple of others, and it's really worth checking out. You can play it completely free, and if you like it and you think that you're going to stay playing it, then you can pay the $20 so that you can go anywhere like, you know, go on a mission, come back instantly, go off on another one straight away, you know. It works brilliant. I really enjoyed it, and it just had that certain survival, you know, where you had to just scrounge through every shelf and every box and things like that, and search for supplies and things like that. And, like, you know, you found all these miscellaneous items that you couldn't use for anything, but you could get a refining machine and you could break down its compounds to materials that you needed and things like that. It really took my fancy. I really liked it. I really liked the game. But as I said, I'd still play it, but the laptop just slows it down too much on my computer, and the connection on my computer is just too damn fucking slow. There's just no way I'd ever get to be able to actually play it on the computer. Just not at the moment, not until I can get a decent connection, internet connection speed. Because otherwise it'll just take forever just to load up a level. But yeah, it's worth it. Check it out. It's called The Last Stand Dead Zone, I think it's called. It's on Armour Games anyway. If you like it, try it out. If you like the idea, try it out, and then sure, if you think that you're going to play it for long enough, so why not just stick in the $20 and upgrade the Death Racer, as it's called, the actual car. You'll see it in the compound. You just click on it and you get to upgrade it for $20, and off you go. Practically no limit of play. And every day your compound gets attacked by a wave, this big massive wave of zombies as well. You have to defend it, and also other players can also attack your compound, and you can attack theirs and things like that. But to be honest, at the time that I played, I didn't really have much interaction with other players. I didn't get attacked that often by them and things like that. You know, it usually happens offline, and you know, your characters you already have your characters already sort of positioned and ready for battle, so they just do it on their own accord, and it works pretty well. You know, I really enjoy it. Check it out. You'll find it on Armour Games anyway, for definite. Maybe on Newgrounds and a couple of others. Those are the main 2 Flash portals I know, but it could be on others as well. I'm not 100% sure. It's pretty good though. I really enjoyed it, and there's constantly being updates made to it as well. You don't have to pay for the updates in any shape or form. New areas are being unlocked, new weapons, new armor, new items are constantly being brought into the game as well by the developer, and it's really good. I really enjoyed it. I'll probably end up doing a let's play of it at some stage. It's got a whole achievement system as well, which is really good, and it's integrated into your Armour Games accounts as well. I don't know about any other site whether they have an achievement system for the actual site's account, but Armour Games do. I know Newgrounds do, but I don't know whether they're actually integrated into the Newgrounds version of the game and into the actual Newgrounds players' accounts. I don't know what way that works. But it's good. It's worth checking out. As I said, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I saw it worth paying the $20 just to get that upgrade. And, you know, it's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Any chance of this thing blowing yet, since I can repair my wall, maybe? There we go. There we go. Wall fully upgraded. 4 extra turrets. Shit, there's not much more I can do after this. Well, I suppose we can add a few rockets as well, which is what I'll probably be doing. I'll probably add a few more rockets and then add the remaining turret onto it. If I survive long enough to add another turret on. So it's not going to be long now before my men start to fall. They're going to start falling like flies before long. Yeah, this definitely worked better. Oh fuck, take out that big guy. Oh my god, they're coming in droves. They're fucking everywhere. Also, that last stand game, it didn't really have any special infected at all either. It was done in my style. There were fast moving zombies in places, like, you know, there were kind of fast moving zombies, but you know, and there was zombie dogs as well, but I don't remember there being any sort of proper special infected, which is something that I like. You know, I know that fast zombies are kind of not my cup of tea, but for a game, for the way that game was designed and how it played, I couldn't really see them doing it any other way, so I didn't mind that sense of things, as long as they didn't go too crazy with the idea. You know, so they didn't really sort of bring in any weird fucked up zombies or anything like that. They just brought in, you know, sort of normal zombies, but they just got tougher as you progress through higher level areas. And this is getting fucking ridiculous. I'm not going to survive much longer. I'll be surprised if I survive this wave, I'll be honest. Oh, come on. This is a bit insane. Well, I'll probably end up doing a let's play of the last stand games at some stage. I haven't done a flash game in a long time actually. The last flash game I did was Lucky Towers. That was the very last flash game I actually did a let's play of. I haven't done many at all. I think it was the only 2 I've done is maybe Ex Mortis and that one. Alright, let's bring out a big turret. Let's see how long we can last. It's not going to be fucking long though. That is for sure. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to survive without the 4 guys, because they really added to my damage. With them gone, this is gonna end in a matter of probably a minute. I'll be lucky if it lasts any longer than that. because they're just taking out my other turrets now as well, my secondary turrets. It's just not working. Now I'm getting damaged. You just get this, you just eventually just get this sense of hopelessness, and you just try to take as many of them with you as you can. Yeah, there we go. I still killed more enemies that time round though, and lasted longer. I don't know what way the scores work though. I killed way more enemies this time than I did there. I didn't get as high a score, so I don't know what the score, how the actual scoring works. I don't know whether you get scored for the kills of the soldiers or not, I don't know. But anyway, that's it for Gun Stand. So in the next part, we're going to take on career mode. I've already got one, you know, going just as our practice run. But I'm going to sort of just start over. You get to choose between all the characters again. They all have their own stats. You can choose their colour, even though it doesn't really matter. And we'll be doing that in the next one anyway, guys. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you, and have fun.